Greetings, everybody. I'm Sparrow Ostas, and today I'm going to be discussing the importance of professional opportunities for public history in the workforce. For public history, there are plenty of opportunities that one can go into when completing their undergraduate degree or changing careers later on in their lives. The following are a list of careers that relate to public history: a teacher, a paralegal, managing archives, research assistant, politician, journalist, a historian at museums, archaeologist, librarian, lawyer, and park ranger. While these are not all of the professional opportunities a person can go into within the public history spectrum, these are main opportunities that people typically go into. Now that I have listed the key professional opportunities for the public history field, I am going to go more into depth for a few that I listed, such as a teacher, journalist, historian at museums, archaeologist, librarian. For each of these careers I just listed, I will explain what the career entails more exactly. First, a teacher. Teaching does not exactly entail one specific grade level. It can be from elementary to college level. Being a teacher allows one to discuss all different time periods of public history, such as world history, geographic, U.S., European, Asian, and much more. Sure, in elementary school, the public history aspect is much lower and dimmed down for students, which is to be expected. But as one teaches higher level education, such as high school or college, the level of teaching public history rises. Teacher or professor can require their students to create an oral presentation on a specific history that interests them, or write a research paper on a specific public history time period, such as during the Nazi regime. While many might think that teaching is not in the realm of public history opportunities, it can definitely have factors that can relate to public history for students to focus on. Second, a journalist. Being a journalist for, let's say, a newspaper company can be heavily related to public history. While typically journalists do not always have background knowledge in history, it is beneficial to know some type of history for the job. Some newspaper articles focus on past and present historical events, which offers history majors the opportunity to write about some topics of public history. These journals can offer insight for readers in history events that are vital for people to understand what happened, while themselves benefiting from writing about such history topics. Third, a historian at a museum. This professional opportunity is very known amongst the public history field. Being a historian at a museum encompasses many aspects of public history. There are many museums throughout the world that historians can work at in relation to public history. At museums, historians can work on displays that relate to a certain topic, such as Abraham Lincoln and his assassination. They put on display what occurred during his time as president or his assassination. Such displays can help people understand a historical topic better, especially if one does not read the best. In addition, these displays typically have a short description slash or passage of what is being displayed, in which these historians decide what is best for the audience to know. Historians at museums are around public history at all times, allowing for the targeted audience to have an understanding of hundreds of different types around the world for different time periods. Fourth, an archaeologist. An archaeologist is an amazing professional opportunity for one to enter. Archaeologists study the past, especially when any type of remains, with bones being more known. Yet to understand these remains, archaeologists have to understand the past, which is where public history comes into play. Let's say an archaeologist has just unburied a tomb at some ancient Egyptian pyramid or burial site. What does this entail? The archaeologist would have to unbury or unearth the tomb in a very delicate manner and examine the bones or remains. Yet, in order to know what they are looking at or examining, he or she needs to understand the past history of the remains. From there, the archaeologist will research to better analyze and comprehend what he or she is examining. This is public history. They will look at articles, perhaps primary sources, what is around the remains, such as the structural evidence and past findings, to form conclusions on what he or she found. Public history is very much involved in the work of an archaeologist. Fifth, a librarian. Librarians at all levels of educational classrooms, schools, colleges, and universities. Librarians are essential to provide information to students on a variety of topics, including historical, especially in higher education. Librarians offer insight into the past, involving plenty of secondary and primary sources, which often involves analyzing and comprehending specific historical events, such as the suicide of Adolf Hitler and the end of World War II. These topics are mainly covered in high school, in college, and university, and librarians are vital for assisting students in understanding the topic at hand. Librarians have collections of materials and to aid them providing students with the materials they will need. Many of these collections and materials are considered public history related, especially primary sources. Just like an archivist, librarians are responsible for categorizing, organizing, and filing information, which is an essential part of the public history field. Librarians are a great professional opportunity for people to enter into. Overall, there are many great careers, professional opportunities within the public history sector. You can be a historian at a museum, a librarian at any level of education, an archaeologist at any burial remain location, a journalist for a newspaper column, a teacher for any level of education as well as many more opportunities. The public history field is huge and does provide for a variety of different possibilities for a career with a history or public history degree. People might think that public history jobs are limited, yet there are numerous careers for one to venture into. Thank you for taking time to listen to my short lecture on professional opportunities for the public history field. I hope you have a great rest of your day.